Marseille is the second largest city of France, located on the Mediterranean coast in the south of the country. Blessed with a moderate climate, Marseille is also the sunniest major city in the country and a popular travel destination all year round. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the top 10 best things to do in Marseille. And just wait till you see what's at number 3 and 2, something you may not even have thought of, so make sure you watch till the end. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more awesome travel guides, and make sure to hit the notification bell so that you know when we publish a new video. So let's cut to the chase. At number 10, La Canebière. Take a stroll on the main shopping avenue in Marseille. This famous avenue is the wealthy shopping heart of Marseille. It's sometimes compared to the Champs-Élysées in Paris, where luxury brands alternate with cafes and restaurants. This wide street starts from Le Vieux Port and stretches all the way to the Capucines neighborhood. La Canebière is not as glamorous as it used to be, but is still one of the most important streets of Marseille and was featured in the movie French Connection too. At 9, Palais Longchamp. Visit an impressive complex of museums and gardens. Palais Longchamp is an impressive monument built in 1869, best known for its magnificent fountain, water features and colonnades. The palace is worth visiting on its own, but is also a chance to explore two of the most important museums of Marseille, the Musée des Beaux-Arts and the Museum of Natural History. Behind the Palais, don't miss the Parc Longchamp, a beautiful garden à la française that used to be a zoo. You can easily reach it by tramway or metro. At 8, Le Panier. Discover an old neighborhood of Marseille. Le Panier is a very attractive neighborhood of Marseille, found in the north of the Old Port district. It has been inhabited for more than 2,000 years. Once considered the poorest part of town, it has recently become trendy with a lot of typical small shops and cafes. Le Panier is a good place to wander around for half a day and take photos of the small alleys and stone stairways lined by ochre stone houses. Next up, at 7, Beaches of Marseille. Spend the day on an unspoiled beach. Marseille is an ideal destination for beachgoers looking for sun, sand and sparkling waters. Calar d'un Val is not easy to reach. You'll need to hike 1 to 2 hours through jagged cliffs. But the unspoiled beach, crystal clear water and dramatic cliffside scenery make it all worthwhile. Be sure to wear hiking boots and bring all the food and drinks you need for the day. Plage des Catalans is a much easier beach to reach. You can walk there from the Faro neighborhood. Its location in the center of Marseille means it's not quite a peaceful place to relax. On the other hand, it's fantastic for people watching and quick cool-offs in summer. Another slice of beach heaven is Sainte-Croix Beach, west of Marseille. The idyllic setting with warming, calm turquoise waters makes it a pleasure for families with children. At 6, Fort Saint-Jean. Walk the ramparts of a medieval military fortress. Fort Saint-Jean is a historic fortification that dates to 1660 and connects to a historical district and the first French National Museum outside of Paris. Here you can walk the parapets that overlook the city and ocean and explore the structure that protected the city from invasion during the Middle Ages. It served as a military outpost and barracks up through the 20th century and played a critical role in World War II. With easy access to the neighboring Le Panier Historic District and the Old Harbour, it's an enchanting place to walk in the footsteps of history. Now at number 5, Château d'If. Explore the fortress from which the Count of Monte Cristo escaped. The Château d'If overlooks the fortified island of the same name, 3.5 kilometers southwest of the port of Marseille. This 16th century fortress was converted into an Alcatraz-style prison in the 18th century. It became famous in the 19th century for being the main setting of Alexandre Dumas's novel The Count of Monte Cristo. Getting there is a pleasant mini-adventure for the whole family. It's a well-preserved historic castle from which you get beautiful views of Marseille. A restaurant with outdoor terrace offers a delightful place for lunch. At 4, MuCEM, Musée des Civilisations de l'Europe et de la Méditerranée. Visit a museum part of a historical building. MuCEM, as it's locally called, is a museum built partly in a 12th century fort, Fort St. John, and partly in a modern complex with an intricate design. Here, visitors can learn about the history of Mediterranean civilizations, but also discover the rich past of Marseille through thousands of photos, postcards, films and exhibits. One of the highlights is a 115-meter suspended bridge that connects the museum to the Fort St. John. And now at 3, Cathédrale La Major. Explore one of the largest cathedrals in France. Cathédrale La Major, or Cathédrale Sainte-Marie Majeure, is an important landmark in Marseille and one of the largest in France. It can welcome up to 3,000 people. Built in Byzantine Roman style with alternating green and white limestones, this Roman Catholic cathedral resembles Florence's Duomo. And at 2, Basilique Notre-Dame de la Garde. As soon as you approach the centre of Marseille, you will spot the Basilica of Notre-Dame de la Garde, majestically perched at the top of the highest hill. Built between 1853 and 1864 in Neo-Byzantine style, this immense church is dominated by an impressive gilded Madonna standing high at the top of the belfry. The fantastic panorama over the city from the church terrace makes this a must visit. The basilica is easy to reach using one of the many local buses. And finally, at number 1, Le Vieux Port. Wander around a historical district. Le Vieux Port is an old and immense harbour, mostly used to shelter leisure boats and a few fishing boats. This is where most people start their first visit, casually strolling along dozens of cafes and restaurants. With more than 2,000 years of history, the old harbour is surrounded by historical buildings from the 18th century and older. This is where you'll catch a ferry to visit the famous Château and to the Calanque. And there you have the top 10 best things to do in Marseille. Did you like what you saw? Let us know in the comments down below. Share this video with your friends and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more fantastic travel guides. Check out more videos on France in our French travel guide playlist. That's all for now. Until next time.